The Razorbacks from Arkansas with nothing to lose. Rear back and rip it. Have a good time. Play hard. Spend everything you've got and see what happens. The Florida Gators, a perfect season in sight, but not locked. Their quality as a football team unquestioned. But there is that pressure to finish the journey. And therein lies the tale you're about to see. From ABC Sports College Football, the Southeastern Conference Championship game, presented by Dr. Pepper. The Florida Gators coming into the building won the East. Arkansas Razorbacks won the West. Tonight, a champion. It may seem like a Gator crowd here tonight at the Georgia Dome because there are many more of them, proximity having something to do with it. But a team playing for a third successive SEC title, 11-0, ranked second in the national polls, and a chance to play for a national championship that brings them. And the Arkansas Razorbacks riding from the depths of expectation to win the Western Division of the SEC with an 8-3 record. A team that beat both Alabama and Auburn this season, and calling the Hogs is fun again. Whoopee, chewy. You didn't like to do that, did you?
Whoa, Nelly! That's tough.
The consensus seems to be, Bob Greasy, about this ball game that Florida's going to have to help Arkansas if the Hogs have a chance to win.
Well, Arkansas, a big underdog, comes in not playing well. They have not played well their last 3 games. To win, offensively, they've got to control the ball and probably use a lot of option. Defensively, they've got to take it away. They lead, they're 5th in the nation in turnover margin. And more importantly than anything, they have to get off to a good start. Good things have to happen for Arkansas quickly because they are not a confident bunch coming in.
Arkansas's had 2 weeks to rest and heal and get ready. Florida played a very tough, emotional ball game, winning over Florida State last Saturday.
Well, I think that helps Arkansas because the option, something they haven't used a lot of this year, is in their favor. And any other trick plays or anything else they want to do, in fact, also, they get healthy a little bit. Those 2 weeks help them do all those things.
Lynn Swann is on the field. We'll hear from him in just a moment. Now, if the Florida Gators can win this ball game tonight, they'll fulfill the primary story. They will go on to play Nebraska for the College Football National Championship.
The SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper on ABC Sports. Brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. Chevrolet, the cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. And State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Steve Spurrier trying to become the second SEC coach to win 3 successive titles. The other one was Paul Bryant. Danny Ford trying to rebuild things at Arkansas. Disdains the headset. He watches what whirls around him. Matt Teague will kick off for the Florida Gators in the Georgia Dome. The 4th year of the SEC Championship. Number 14 is Corey Nichols. Number 22 is Marius Johnson. They wait to receive the ball for Arkansas. Hogs won the toss. They want the ball. High hanging kick. It is Nichols. Lost his footing as he was seeking a hole and goes down short of the 20-yard line. Barry Lunney is your senior quarterback. This is what he's done in this season. 12 touchdowns, but 8 interceptions. But 3 of those have come in recent games. Dr. Pepper's starting lineup, including the backs and receivers. Montre Hill, number 34, will be very busy tonight. He's a workhorse. Anthony Lucas, number 80, a true freshman. Tyrone Henry is your fullback. The ball is at the 16-yard line. Not a very good starting position. They give the ball to Hill. He searches his way to the 17 and stops abruptly. The offensive front for Arkansas, and there's a lot of pressure on them because they've got to give Montre Hill some room to work. It is a line anchored by Earl Scott, a veteran center, a 284-pound senior from North Little Rock.
And Keith, it is really not an outstanding offensive line. It's just an average offensive line. And Lunney has to have a good night tonight behind that offensive line.
Lunney is a left-hander. He can run the option. He throws to the sidelines. J.J. Metters, the smallest guy on the field, slides underneath it and makes the catch. It's little J.J. who made the catch in the end zone to beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa. The defensive line and linebackers, Florida's defensive front, pretty good. Campbell had a big ball game against the Seminoles, but I think Ben Hanks tonight, Bob, might have a pretty good evening.
Hanks is the leader of that group. The defensive line is strong, but Hanks directs them, and he is the key for that defense.
They show a four-man front on the first down play, and Lunney goes the other way. He goes again to the sideline. He gets Metters again, and J.J. at 5'6", 152 pounds, a senior from Ruston, Louisiana. The defensive backs for the Florida Gators, and they're a good group. They have really added a lot to the whole structure of this team, led by Lawrence Wright, the strong safety, and Antoine Lott. They are 1-2 on the team in tackle.
In fact, that Gator defense, pass-wise, is 15th in the nation. There's Antoine Lott.
It's another first down, so the Hogs have moved out now where they've got some room to work. Lunney pitches the ball, bounces off the fullback. He was not expecting it, and Tyrone Henry is able to recover it for a loss back at about the 36-yard line. He did not expect it. He was leading the play. The ball should have gone to Madre Hill.
This is poor execution. Lunney down the line with the option. Fullback is leading. He tosses this ball at the fullback. It was intended for Madre Hill, but early on, Keith, 2 rollouts, 2 sprint outs by Lunney, 2 big first downs. They need positive things to happen early to get their confidence.
Second down and about 16. Inside, a little shovel pass goes to Hill, and he's up to the 39, maybe the 40, and there he stops.
For Arkansas, Lunney needs a career night. They are not that strong. He is the leader. Defensively, they need to limit the big plays and create the turnovers.
It'll be third down at about 12 now, with the football resting at the 39-yard line. I think the Florida defense is trying to make a statement early on here, too. Northern Illinois ran for over 300 yards using the option offense.
Yes, they did.
It was a game the Gators won easily, but still 300 yards is a lot of yards. And Lunney asked the referee Al Ford for a timeout.
In a big ball game, sometimes it's the little things that count. Here's something small but significant. Arkansas has played 1 game on turf. They have shoes that are broken in. Those are the shoes they're wearing. Florida has not played the game on artificial surface. So on Friday, they were looking at 3 different pair of shoes. As they looked at those shoes, the ones on the left, over traction, tough to really stop and slide on them. The ones on the far right are the ones that most of the receivers, the backs, and the quarterback and the offensive line are using. The big guys are using a combination of the ones in the middle and the left so they can drive for the ball. Keith?
Thank you, Swanee. Ball at 39-yard line, third down and 12, and Madre Hill is a single back now as the Razorbacks show 3 wideouts. You can read pass here as J.J. Metters goes in motion. He's caught 2 passes. He's the single-season record holder at Arkansas. Lunney rolling out, looking, now throws back into the middle. The pass is complete. It is close to a first down. He got a very good mark just over midfield as Anthony Eubanks, a sophomore, made the catch, and Ben Hanks drilled him.
That play was made by Barry Lunney. In motion, Metters to the left. There was 3 wide receivers to the left, nobody anywhere else. Florida dropped 8 defensive backs and linebackers. Great shot there. He just keeps moving, and he finally, Eubank gets an open spot.
If he doesn't have it, and he doesn't, he is about 3 inches short of it. Do they have the gizzard to go for it here? Woo, what a call. I think they're going to go. I remember a Gator Bowl in 1967 when Joe Paterno went for it and didn't make it and wound up at a 17 tie.
You know, you have nothing to lose by going for it, Keith. You're a big underdog anyway, and if you do make it, this could be the motivation that you need early in the game.
He's going for the stimulation. He needs about 3 inches. Madre Hill will be the single back. Lunny just follows his center, and he's got the first down. Barry Lunny, 6'2", 190 senior out of Fort Smith. His life has not always been terribly happy as a football player at Arkansas, but he's weathered the storm, and he's had a great senior season.
Well, he's a 4-year starter, Keith. In fact, this is his 39th start at Arkansas. He's a pretty good pitcher in baseball, and he's missed the last 2 spring practices, and that's been part of the problem, missing spring practice. But he is their hope tonight to win this ball game.
It is first down Arkansas from the Florida 48-yard line. Gators now show a 6-man front. Giving the ball to Hill, and Madre Hill. He's only a sophomore. He's from Malvern, Arkansas, and everybody in the country knew about him before he declared he'd play at home. Very, very quick, and he's tougher than 180 pounds. He's a slashing runner.
You're right, Keith. Arkansas doesn't have a lot of blue-chip football players, and he was in the Arkansas camp before his junior year and ran a 4.36 40. He had a lot of schools after him and chose Arkansas.
Lunny changes his play. Remember, it's mostly a Gator crowd here at the Georgia Dome in Atlanta.
And it is loud.
And this is Hill looking around, and there is no place to go. He'll be lucky if he got back to the line of scrimmage, and the defensive front for the Gators continues to play very well. That was sort of a shoulder-to-shoulder charge by Mark Campbell and Ed Chester to clog up the lane.
Campbell, 67, has had a knee problem the last 2 weeks and has not practiced. He showed up to play, but not practiced.
Played very well against the Seminoles last week, too. Lunny again steps back to call his play out to his people. He's down to 5 seconds on the play clock. 2. Gets it off. Here's the pitch to Hill. Gets a crack. That's what he can do to you. That's what the option offense can do to you. We got a Gator down. Number 2, Shea Showers, shaken up on the play, but he gets up rather quickly and leaves the field.
This is why Lunny is so key to this offense. He'll get to the line of scrimmage quickly. He'll see what the defense is, and he'll check to the option. This time, the option's on Church, number 40. The defensive backs were up and bump and run to jam the wide receivers, and that's the problem when you play man coverage. There's nobody covering the option.
They spread him out with 4 wideouts this time. Send Hill into the middle. He finds some room and picks up about 4 yards on the carry. So Danny Ford and his coaching staff taking a bit of a lead from some of the things that Steve Spurrier has been doing. That is spread you horizontally, and this time the 4 wideouts.
So interesting, Keith. Spurrier will spread you horizontally to stretch you to throw. Danny Ford will spread you horizontally to stretch you out so he can run the option.
Ball rests at the 29-yard line. Call it 2nd down and 7.
Three receivers down here to the bottom of the screen.
Lunny straight back. Nobody now finds in the middle of the field Anthony Eubanks, and Eubanks has another Arkansas first down. Possess the ball, move it slowly, get it down toward the goal line, stick it in the end zone, and use as much time as you can. That's the game plan.
Well, from behind the defense, zone coverage, 3 receivers to the left side. Lunny not getting excited, just patiently taking his team down. The more they stay on the field, the more confidence they're going to have.
Lunny is 5 out of 5 down for 50 yards. The ball is at the 17. First down for the Razorbacks, and Madre Hill is tracked down from behind. Coming hard is number 4, Lawrence Wright, the strong safety, who had lined up defensively almost as a defensive end.
Yeah.
Was it not LSU that played the bump and run against the Razorbacks and just shut them down?
Arkansas last game, LSU at LSU. They shut them down defensively, running the ball, lined up man-to-man on their wide receivers, and they couldn't get loose. Keith, I think an interesting thing here, Arkansas won the toss. Normally teams will defer. They did not want Florida to have the ball first, so they accepted it, and they're on the field with their offense.
14th play of this possession, 2nd down and 9. Lunny dumps it off to Hill. Great speed, trying to turn the corner. He gets down to the 11.
Looks like he grabbed his knee, Keith. They can't afford to lose Madre Hill.
Whoa, he can't get up.
Take a look from the other side of the field. He's going to look downfield and just dumps it to Hill. Hill has caught 21 passes coming in. Looks like he heard it even before he got hit on the artificial turf.
When he planted it, you can just see it buckle.
Yep. Yep. Oh, you hate to see that.
Yep. Oh, my goodness. It'll break your heart.
You hate to see that. What was an up series for Arkansas has now just turned to a downer, losing their top runner who had gained over 1,360 yards on the year.
Marius Johnson has run for 158 yards. He's in there now at tailback, or the I-back. Number 22, a senior from Houston, Texas. It is 3rd down and 5 now for the Hogs. Blitz is coming. Lunny ducks away from it. He's a left-hander, remember. Throws it back into the end zone. He's out of bounds. He hit the sideline. Didn't get rid of it in time, and they're going to put him out of bounds at the 19-yard line.
Bobby Pruitt, the defensive coordinator for the Gators, who had such a great plan last week against Danny Cannell and the Seminoles, decided to blitz. Now we see Latourette.
Todd Latourette is the only Floridian on the Arkansas roster. Came from Pensacola, has a lot of relatives living in the Rogers, Arkansas area. He's a redshirt freshman out of Pensacola. 36-yard field goal try for the first points of the night. Big leg, and it's good. 7:26 to play in the first quarter. Arkansas 3-0 over Florida. Gators will get the ball. The SEC Championship presented by Dr. Pepper on ABC Sports, brought to you by Dr. Pepper and your local Dr. Pepper bottler. Dr. Pepper is just what the doctor ordered. By Chevrolet, the cars and trucks 36 million people depend on every day. Genuine Chevrolet. The United States Postal Service, helping you handle the holidays. And Bud Light. If you want great taste that won't fill you up, never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
During the commercial, Madre Hill talking with the team doctor. Danny Ford comes over right here. I really can't tell what he was saying. You know, it was certainly a legitimate injury, so he wasn't telling him, you know, you're not hurt, get back in the ball game. It wasn't anything like that. Maybe he said he wanted to play, and Danny said, I don't want to take any chances. Stay out of the game.
Yep. All right, the Razorbacks kick it off to the Gators. Gators have yet to have their hands on it. Now from the goal line, here comes Riddell Anthony, who became a big star right here in this ball game a year ago in that one-point win over Alabama. Anthony gets back out to the 20-yard line.
Strap your seatbelt on.
Here comes Danny Werfel.
Strap your seatbelt on. Here they come.
He's the chief pilot of this air show that the Gators are expected to put on. You can see that he's already set an SEC record with 33 touchdowns and leads the nation in passing efficiency.
All right, does Arkansas blitz him, or do they drop back in zone? We'll find that out shortly.
Kerry Jackson is the single back for the Gators. Looks blitz.
Here they come.
Swing it out to Hilliard. Mike Hilliard, he loses the first man. That was key, and he gets it out to about the 28-yard line. They had a man zeroed in on him, but he missed him, and that gave him the 8 yards. The Dr. Pepper starting lineup, Ike Hilliard, number 19, had that huge play in the ball game last week against Florida State. But he has been a primary target all year, and I mean, he's playing with so much confidence, and he can really turn you, he can light you up.
They got a lot of weapons, Steve. Ike Hilliard is just one of them. 2nd
down and 2. They show blitz again. They pick it up. They throw quickly, and it's a first down at the 34-yard line by Riddell Anthony. Here's Lynn Swan now with news about Madre Hill.
Yes, Keith, it's a sprained left knee. What they're going to do is they're going to tape it. They gave him an anti-inflammatory, see how he responds to that. If that works okay, he'll stay in the ball game. Also, in addition, number 2 for Florida, Shea Showers, he went out with a sprained right knee. He sprained it 2 weeks ago, Keith, and just re-injured it this evening.
Thank you, Swanee. It's first down for the Gators. The ball at their own 34. Werfel calling his signals. Razorbacks blitz again. Werfel back. Good protection. Pass down the middle. Right on the money to Anthony. He's taken down at the 48-yard line. And another Florida first down. The defensive front for the offensive line for the University of Florida. I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's a good one. Jeff Mitchell, I thought last week the center for the Gators really had a good ball game. Solid, dependable group of people there with Reggie Green moving over to a guard position alongside of Jason Odom. And I mean, that's a lethal pair there.
Odom and Green and Young and Mitchell. One of the best offensive lines around.
On first down, Werfel back. Pressure coming, ducks away from it. Throws underneath the coverage. Pass is completed to Terry Jackson, a redshirt freshman out of Gainesville. And it's first down. No, it'll be second down and 3 at the 45-yard line of Arkansas. The defensive line and linebackers, Stephen Conley, number 94, lanky fellow, not all that big, right around 222 or something like that, 217, depending. But he's very quick.
Led the conference in sacks, Conley did.
And can really move. This is Jackson, the first running play. Penalty flag is thrown along the line of scrimmage. Well, let's see about that. Time remaining is 5 minutes and 8 seconds in the first quarter. Arkansas leading 3-0. Al Ford, the referee, and the rest of the officials tonight.
Did not have 7 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, replay, second down.
We saw these same fellows on Thanksgiving Day over at Grant Field, Bobby Dodd Stadium, for the Georgia Tech game.
Steve didn't like that call. Got something to say about it?
Steve hadn't liked anything he's seen the last month.
Steve calls the play offensively. Joe Lee Dunn, the defensive coordinator, on the other side, calling the defensive signals. Doesn't wear a headset, never has, always on the field. He's known as an attacking, blitzing style of coordinator, and he hasn't done anything to slow that reputation here in the first drive.
Second down and 8. I've never seen Steve Spurrier wound tighter than he was coming into this ball game. That pass is thrown by Werfel over to the sidelines to Jaquez Green. He makes the catch, and it's another Gator first down. Put the ball on the 34-yard line. That is Jaquez, he informed us yesterday, not the French pronunciation of Jaquez. Mike Nunnally, the ringleader, the free safety in that defensive secondary.
The nickelback is Campbell. They're playing 5 defensive backs. Joe Lee said we don't have a lot of depth in that secondary. Barely have 5 to play.
Run it with Jackson. And he takes a solid lick, but he returns some punishment himself as he puts the ball down at the 22-yard line, and he is brought down by Mike Nunnally. Monday night, Action Monday, ABC's new episode of The Marshal with Jeff Fahey, and on ABC's NFL Monday Night Football, Chicago Bears and Detroit. Action Monday night here on ABC.
Oh, if you like quarterback play, Scott Mitchell for Detroit's playing well. In this game, both quarterbacks have hit all of their passes. Nobody's incomplete yet. 5 of 5 for Werfel.
22-yard line, first down. Werfel is yet to get his britches dirty. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown. Chris Doering.
Too easy out here. Look at the single coverage. Now watch as the receiver's going to come down, break to the inside. And when you've got single coverage, you're going to get this every time. Doering makes a move. The ball is there before he gets out of bounds. That's the key. That's awful easy for a good passing combo like Werfel and Doering.
Edmiston for the extra point. It is good. though, at 4:30 to play in the first quarter. The Gators, off their first possession of the ball game, take it 80 yards and lead 7-3. The first year of the SEC championship, Alabama came to the game undefeated against these Florida Gators. Antonio Langham intercepted late. Alabama won the game 28-21 and went on to win the 12th national championship in Bama history. Well, tonight the Florida Gators have come in 11-0 undefeated, and they will have a chance to go play for a national championship against Nebraska if they can win the ball game. I mentioned that I thought Steve Sperry was way wound tight yesterday when they came to town. Well, you see the first smile of the day right there. I asked him yesterday, I said, what in the world is it going to take to make you happy? And he went,
he was ready to play yesterday. You know, he had to wait a day and a half.
Well, he wanted to make sure his team was focused in this direction, because it's you start looking ahead and you're going to get whipped. A low line drive kick to J.J. Metters, and the little guy comes back out to the 26-yard line. And let's go to Lynn Swann.
Well, Keith, Danny Ford, when you came over to the sideline, was talking to Madre Hill. He was really just telling him he didn't want him to hesitate in his running. He just wanted to find the opening and take off and run. Quit trying to slide, quit trying to skip and pick a hole. His greatest asset is his speed. Use it. Run the football. Keith?
That touchdown pass by Danny Wuerffel to Doering is his 74th, and it ties Shane Matthews for the all-time SEC career record. Now it's Arkansas's ball. First down, just over the 25. Lunny straight back, throws down the middle. The pass caught by Eubanks, and he is hammered. He only picked up 3 yards on the reception. And that is Lunny's 272nd pass attempt. That takes him past Joe Ferguson's 1971 single-season record. So both these quarterbacks have been in the record-setting mode all season long. Joe Ferguson, incidentally, is always sitting over here eyeballing things and passing along some advice. This is Marius Jackson, and he comes twisting around the corner and picks up a first down.
Jackson is in there for Madre Hill. He's only 5'8" and 175 pounds, a little guy. Game stories for Florida. Offensively, the same old story. Protect Wuerffel from the blitz. And defensively, the defensive line is dominate the line of scrimmage. Stop the option and put some pressure on Lunny.
They go to the eye this time. 3 wideouts. First down at the 38-yard line. Lunny straight back. Lets it go high and intercepted. Threw it right to number 33, Tico Brown. Ball got away from him, sailed over the head of the intended receiver. And look what I found for Tico.
Lunny was near perfect the first 8 games of the year. He only threw 2 interceptions. This one he's going to throw a little high. You called it, Keith. And I think the fact that Ed Chester, the defensive lineman, may have jumped up and forced him to throw it over his hands caused that interception.
That's the first incomplete pass of the ball game.
Well, it wasn't incomplete.
No, it wasn't. It was caught. Smart Alex. 47 yards. This is Ike Hilliard, and Ike's going to have 5 on the catch. Ike is only a sophomore from Patterson, Louisiana, so get used to the name. He's pretty good. Tomorrow night, after an hour of America's Funniest Home Videos, one of the remarkable casts ever assembled in a brand new production of Bye Bye Birdie. Jason Alexander, Vanessa Williams, China Phillips, George Wendt, and Tyne Daly. World premiere movie event, Bye Bye Birdie. Tomorrow at 8, 7 Central, after the videos here on ABC. Second down, 5. To the sidelines. First down, Hilliard again. Ike's inside the 30 and close to the 28-yard line.
What they're doing this time defensively is just a 4-man rush, 3 deep zone, and Wuerffel is reading it and just going to the open area. First time Joe Lee blitzed at least 1 guy, maybe 2, on every down. This time he is yet to blitz, just sitting back in a 3 deep zone. Wuerffel's just reading it.
Let's call it the 29-yard line, where it is first down for the Gators. They lead 7-3. And pitch it back to Terry Jackson. Big hole. First down at the 15. Left side of the line just cleaned them out. That's Jason Odom and Reggie Green and Jeff Mitchell.
He'll toss around the right side, the tight end. Trev Allen's going to try and get a block. 42 is Bradford, the linebacker, but that is just too easy. They're expecting pass. Spurrier's got him sitting back on their heels, and every time he runs the football, he got easy pickings.
Doring's down here in the bottom of the picture. Werfel looks for it. Shakes one tackler. Now throws inside. And it's the tight end, Tremaine Allen, with one of his few receptions in a ball game. And he'll have it first and goal for the Gators at the 1.
Florida and Werfel are making all the plays. The previous series, he was almost sacked. Here again, he's going to get away from somebody that's in the pocket. That's Hicks, number 55. If Hicks makes the play, it's a sack. But Werfel gets away and makes the play. The offense is making it. Arkansas is not.
Touchdown, Danny Werfel. So he runs for a touchdown. He's thrown for a touchdown. He's 9 of 9, 106 yards. And you got a minute and 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. Junior from Pensacola will go for the point. Snapper is Kevin Johnson. The holder is Matt Teague. And it's good. He's got 68 points after touchdowns this season. That's the Southeastern Conference record. Less than 2 minutes. Minute and 52 for the touchdown. They lead 14-3. Teague will kick it off. And Marius Johnson and J.J. Metters are waiting for it. He gets a lot of air under the ball. Helps the coverage team considerably. This is Johnson bounding up to the 27-yard line. First down for the Hogs.
Barry Lunney, the first 8 games of the season, threw 10 touchdown passes, only 2 interceptions. The last 3 games of the season, 6 interceptions and only 2 touchdowns.
What do you reckon causes that?
I think he just played well early on, Keith. And I think, you know, I was talking, here's a look at comparison. I was talking with the offensive coordinator, Rocky Felkner, for Arkansas. I'll finish that thought in a minute.
Lunney rolls it left. Lets it go for J.J. It's over his head. J.J. in 5'6" couldn't track it down. He said when he was growing up, he didn't realize he'd be that short.
Getting back to talking to Rocky Felker this week, you know, Arkansas beat Auburn and Alabama this year, and they said we saw a lot of the tapes of Florida playing a lot of these teams, and says in preparation for these games, we were looking at Florida tapes and offensively, and we did a lot of what they were doing, and I think that gives an offense confidence, and I think Barry Lunney got confidence from watching Florida's offense play.
This is Lunney carrying the ball. Your quarterback with Madre Hill dinged up, who's got to be your wheel horse for the night, and all of a sudden he just tucks it. Away he goes and picks up a first down out near the 40.
Well, we talked about them needing turnovers, but they already gave up one, so they need to get some back. And when you give it up inside your 50-yard line against a Florida offense, they don't need that kind of help.
The Southwest Conference is now history. Houston Rice was the final game. First down. Give it to Johnson, and they just swallowed it. Number 97 made the penetration. That'll be big David Barnard, 290-pound defensive tackle out of Miami. And once he got into the backfield, he occupied most of the room.
Gator defense is a good defense. They're ranked right up there in the leaders of the Southeastern Conference, and nationally they're in the top 25 in 3 of the 4 different categories. There you see the rank in the SEC.
Second down and 9 from the 40, and the Hogs go to the shotgun. Lonnie's pass is underneath, and it's going to put the ball up at about the 49-yard line and leave them about a yard short of the first down, with third down coming up as we come to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 14-3, Gators.
First quarter numbers, both teams had 2 possessions. Florida didn't take a lot of time in scoring in their 2. Passing yards in the first quarter alone for Florida, 106, and the one turnover by Arkansas led to 7 points by Florida.
Give you an idea of how dominant they were. 12 plays, 8 first downs. They did not have a third down play.
They don't usually have a lot of third down plays.
Marius Johnson, the deep back. Lunny keeps it, turns it upfield, breaks the hold of one man, and gets himself across to the 46-yard line. Danny Ford, coming into this ball game, brought this attitude with him.
Well, if we don't get run out of here, we can make a lot of things happen for the University of Arkansas. I feel like there's more pressure on them than there is on us, because, you know, they can really, they've got to win this football game to get to their goal. We've been lost in the year 3 times, so we can only accomplish so much. But we can come out of here with a championship. They've got to get to the national championship. They got to win this football game.
And right now, there was a flag on that play of offside against Florida. It was declined. They take Lunny's run. It's good for a first down at the 46 of the Gators. Right here, the Arkansas Razorbacks really need some points. They're down 14-3. This is Johnson. He's a little scooter, but Danny Ford likes him and has confidence in him, and had no hesitation about sending him in to replace the injured Madre Hill. Dexter Daniels, number 48. A senior out of Valdosta, Georgia, made that tackle for Florida.
Dexter had a hamstring problem during the week. There was some question as to whether or not he'd get the start, but he did, and this is his 33rd start for the Gators. The brace belongs to Mark Campbell, number 67.
It is second down and 5 from the 41-yard line.
Here they come.
Lunny gets it away big down the middle, and running as fast as his relatively short legs would let him was J.J. Metter.
Had a chance there. Had a chance, and Lunny knows it. When you get the blitz, when you get linebackers blitzing, that gives you single coverage on the outside, and he's going to run a deep post, and there's no help in the middle. Look at down the middle. Now just complete the pass. You see the little dip, and then he went around him. Lunny thought he was coming underneath him. Therefore, he threw it more across the field. Miscommunication.
Third down and a long 5. Out of the shotgun, Lunny with time. Looking, goes to Metters, and J.J. has the first down. So the Razorbacks will keep possession at the Gator 32, first down.
He ain't big. He's the career reception leader, though, at Arkansas. Came in with 127. Danny said yesterday, he said, we're going to play a near perfect game to win. He says the boys are going to play better than they know how to play. I don't know whether to believe him or not. I think in this instance I do.
He puts on pretty good.
You know, those guys that talk funny, but they don't think funny,
there
you know?
You go. He's one of them.
Well,
It's a pitch to Johnson. Stops and turns, and by that time the Gator defense is all over him, and there's a loss on the play. Don't forget, at halftime we will announce the Burger King Scholar Athlete of the Week awards. $25,000 to each of the 4 divisions in college football. Make it 2nd down and 11.
That's right. We're number 1. We're down.
They're taking their time with Hill, and Madre may not be reacting as well as they had hoped after straining the knee. Lunny's pass well over the head of Anthony Eubanks. Eubanks is 6'2", much bigger target, but doesn't offer the speed of Metters, and Lawrence Wright was able to handle it.
Well, there was single coverage in the secondary, and Lawrence Wright, number 4, who leads this team in tackles, had the coverage and had it covered very well. I mean, the Gators with their offense, Keith, gets all the attention, but this Gator defense can play.
Yeah, that's the difference in this team from last year's team, I think.
Well, the defensive line is not nearly as good because they lost 2 #1 draft choices and a 6th-round guy, but they're playing better overall.
Yep.
Defensive backs are much better.
Penalty flags as the ball is snapped. Both these teams had a goodly number of penalties this year.
Before the ball was snapped, movement by the offensive line, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
Arkansas flagged 66 times, 539 yards on the season, and Florida 94 times for 765 yards. It is now 3rd down and 16. It's full, the Georgia Dome. Mostly Gators. Whistles again. I think number 76 moved a little bit at the top of your picture.
Before the ball was snapped, movement by the offensive line, 5 yards, still 3rd down.
So they're going the wrong way, shooting themselves in the foot right here, making it 3rd down and 21. Danny Ford wears the exasperation visibly now as the ball comes back to the 44-yard line. Thrown out to Johnson. He ducks away from the first 2 tacklers and gets it back to the 35. That is well short of the 1st down, and they're looking at 4th. And undoubtedly will punt it. But Lunny has yet to leave the field, and now time is called by Arkansas. That is their 2nd timeout. So we'll be back with more from the Georgia Dome between the Florida Gators and the Arkansas Razorbacks after this word from our ABC station. Todd Latourette comes onto the field now, and he's going to try. The ball is going to be just inside of 52 yards. Probably go in the books as a 51-yarder, but it's longer than 51. Now they're going to call it 52. All right. He's got a big leg. Not that big. He missed it. So the Razorbacks are turned away with Florida leading 14-3. Tomorrow at 2:30 Eastern, 1:30 Central and Pacific, we start golf. 2 events here on ABC Sports. Jack Nicklaus, Tom Watson, and Pebble Beach, one of their great battles in their long history, and Shell's wonderful world of golf. And then the stars of the men's and women's tour pair up in the J.C. Penney Classic with Davis Love, Beth Daniel, tied for the lead with Jay Delsing and Val Skinner at 19 under par. Here is Elijah Williams. Elijah Williams suffered a bruised collarbone, sternum area, in the ball game last week. Wasn't sure that he would be able to play today, but there he is. And he runs quickly for a Florida first down. Move the change to the 47-yard line.
It's fun to call plays when everything's working. Florida's first 2 possessions. Second one was on the Arkansas 47-yard line. There's what their offense does in the nation. They can do it to you very quickly.
Danny Wuerffel is yet to get his britches dirty. He has not been knocked down yet. Now he has. Passes away down the middle of the field, and it is incomplete, intended for Ike Hilliard. And Wuerffel did take a lick. Number 94 got to him. That would be Stephen Conley, the man whose job it is to put him on his back.
Yeah,
he finally did it.
It's so important if you don't get there, just to get there and knock him down, hit him, let him know that there is some pressure. Conley, as I mentioned, the SEC leader in sacks this year. That's going to help. Let's go tell Danny, all right, we're here. You're not having that easy a day.
Got a little problem over there. Something called Jason Odom.
Yeah.
Like running around 3 hickory trees.
Yeah.
Wuerffel is back. And the pass is away. And it's completed to Doring. Chris Doring making the catch down the sidelines. And again, making it look so almost nonchalant. Del Delco at 6 feet, no chance against Doring, 6'4", if Doring gets in front of him.
Boy, he had those 3 hickory trees blocking for him on the left side over there. He had plenty of protection that time.
The left side of that line is very, very important for a passing football game. A right-handed quarterback. This is Elijah Williams. And they take him down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with Anthony Hicks leading the hit. December 7th, the Big 12 championship game in the middle of the country will be presented by Dr. Pepper in the Trans World Dome in St. Louis. And we will continue our coverage of the Southeastern Conference Championship game, also presented here in the Georgia Dome by Dr. Pepper.
You're talking about next year when the Big 12.
1996,
December
7th.
Yes, sir. 5 receivers. No backs. Here they come.
Well, they put him down again, and again it's Conley, the first man to get there, with a little help from Mark Smith, number 44, a linebacker. And they forced him to throw the ball into the turf.
When Wuerffel sees the blitz, he thinks the split receiver is going to run a slant. Takes a pretty good hit there. That's 2 hits in the last 3 or 4 plays for Arkansas defensively, and that's what Jolie Dunn wants. Put some pressure on him, knock him down a few times.
By count, it is the 9th time they blitzed him in the game.
No blitzes here.
Nope. This is also their first 3rd down play. He trips. One of the offensive linemen was coming back to block for him, and he hooked his foot with him, and it might have been Donnie Young, and he falls down.
It was a left guard, Keith. And you can see, after scoring easily on their first 2 possessions, Spurrier and Wuerffel kind of upset that they didn't get anything better than a punt out of the 3rd one.
Bobby Stevenson in, averaging just under 38 yards per kick. J.J. Metters is back there along with Anthony Eubanks. They're going to let it go and go and go, and it's in the end zone. It'll come out to the 20.
Don't get fancy. Just knock the ball. Don't let the ball in the end zone. Don't let it cross the end zone. Don't get fancy with it. Just bat it back. There's a look. Now just bat it back right now. Don't fool around with it. As soon as the ball breaks the plane of the end zone, it's in there. Should have just got it up in the air around the 2 and just kept it in play. But they're 18, 19, 20-year-old kids.
Wrapped the tender left knee of Montre Hill, the important running back for the Arkansas Razorbacks. It was his call, and he has decided now he feels comfortable enough to come back into the game.
And if I were calling the plays, I would not give it to him immediately.
They did.
He needs to test that knee first in a ball game. Experience. I would have just done something. Of course, when you got one back, he's the only back. See, I would not have given him the ball. I would have thrown it. Let him get his feet under him. See how it feels in there.
He's not going to get up either.
No. See, it's different when you're on the sideline just moving around than you are when you're out there. See, he pulled it up. He pulled it up. Now he's finished for the night.
Yep. Hopefully not for the season.
Yeah. Well, hopefully he'll be able to play in the bowl game. That's nothing that needs.
Story on that, incidentally, is that if Florida wins, you know where they go. They go off to Arizona. But Arkansas is headed for the CarQuest Bowl down at Joe Robbie in Fort Lauderdale. Second down and 10. And Lunny left hands one up the field to J.J. Metters, and he can't make the catch. It's high and out of bounds, and he tried to reel it in and couldn't.
The margin for error in these two teams is so close that every time Arkansas has an opportunity to make a play, they need to make it, and that's what Danny Ford is kind of shaking his head about. They got the rollout, they got outside the pocket, he was there, and they just didn't connect.
Lunny is now 10 of 15, 87 yards, been intercepted on an overthrow. He's kind of locked in on Metters right now, too. He needs to start looking around for somebody else. He's got a big problem right there, I'll guarantee you. Mark Campbell and Keith Council. And they sack him.
He's got big problems right here, right up the gut. From the left side, the defensive end is going to make him step up. Council just beats the guard in the
Matt
punting
Waite
situation.
Out of the end zone. Waite just on the 40, got some pressure, but gets it out of there. And it's Riddell Anthony at the 45-yard line, and that's where the Gators will go to work. In the SEC championship game a year ago, the Florida Gators against the Alabama Crimson Tide came up with this trick play. Lateral out to Doring, he throws to Aubrey Hill, and then Werfel throws to Doring. That's the winning touchdown, 24-23.
Doring's the next quarterback. There's his receiving stats. Talking to Steve yesterday on the field, we were talking about trick plays. He said, we don't use as many as we used to. He said, we don't have to. He says, we've got better talent, and we're usually ahead. We get it done the right way without tricking them.
First down from the 45-yard line. Ball is thrown very quickly to Doring. Doring now has 17 touchdown receptions on the year, and he has tied for the national lead with Ohio State's Terry Glenn.
Doring's had a great year, great career for that matter. There's no question. If you can catch and you can throw, and you're with Spurrier's system, you're gonna have a lot of touchdowns.
Second down and 6. 41. Elijah Williams, the deep back. He's got it. To the 36, 2 yards short of the first down. Junior Soli. Nose tackle for the Razorbacks made the tackle. He's from Columbus, Georgia, because his daddy's in the Army and stationed at Fort Benning.
He's American Samoan, yeah. 3-year starter. In fact, this is his 33rd start of the career.
Got a baby brother on Razorback.
Little brother.
Yep. This is Terry Jackson. And he rumbles to the 22-yard line and the Florida first down.
This time, Joe Lee Dunn, the coordinator defensively, has come out in the 3-man line. Something a little bit different. Before it was a 4. First series of the game, it was a 4 with a lot of blitzes. So Dunn's trying to mix it up a little bit. But after a couple of snaps, when Spurrier sees it, he usually can handle about anything that's thrown at him.
You ain't going to handle the Gators with a 3-man front.
Well, they're blitzing 2 guys now, so they got 5 men. So you mix it up. You give them something to think about. Still, the offensive line have to play and execute your offense, whatever you call.
Marcus Adair, number 50, was the man that got the penetration and made the tackle. The loss on the play will make it 2nd down and 13. Cripps at the top of the picture.
There's 4 of them up there. 4, 1 to the bottom.
Go the other way. Dwight Hilliard. First and goal Gators. And Werfel slammed to the ground by Marcus Adair, number 50. He took a lick.
All right, you got the whole thing here. Spurrier says, we're going to spread you out. 4 over here and 1 over here. Now, Dunn is going to say, we're going to blitz you. That's going to leave single coverage. Now, what he does when you see spread them out, blitz, he's going to stop and throw quickly. Now, stop it right here. You got 1-on-1. My man's going to beat your guy, and we're going to beat you for the touch. Got caught from behind.
Harry Jackson, the deep back on 1st and goal. And a timeout called by Danny Werfel. 6:51 to play in the first half. The 1995 Southeastern Conference Championship game presented by Dr. Pepper from the Georgia Dome in Atlanta with the score 14-3 Florida. 6:51 to play in the first half, and the Gators knocking on the door. 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Harry Jackson is the single back. He's got the ball. He's taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And the 2 people who are there are Adair, number 50, and number 55, Anthony Hicks.
I doubt if you'll see another pass. Steve says, the heck with that running. Let's put it up in the air. Don't take the ball out of Werfel's hands.
Second down and goal. Contact before the snap.
It was Soley, the nose guard, right over the center. I don't know whether the ball was snapped before he hit him or not.
Number 91 came flying over there, Gino Bell. Al Ford.
Before the ball was snapped, contact by the defense, half the distance, still 2nd down.
See if the ball is snapped.
No.
That's Bell, 91. You know, you wonder why does a nose guard jump offside like that when the ball is right in front of him? Don't move until the ball goes. But the voice inflection of the quarterback can affect the nose guard more than anybody else.
There's another one, and this time it's the offensive man who moved. Mo Collins did that.
Before the ball was snapped, movement by the offensive line, 5 yards, still 2nd down.
So we go back to where this whole little dance started.
The 2 guys got headaches because they got hit before the ball was snapped.
Actually, it goes back to the 8-yard line, so the Gators lost a little more. 2 yards.
Single coverage down here to the right.
Pass is snapped away, and it is incomplete. Coverage on the play by number 32. That would be Spencer Brown. It was like Hilliard looking for the ball.
Yeah, they had the same setup they had a few plays ago when they hit Hilliard, and Werfel knows that he can't block all of the guys they're sending. So he knows he can't block all those guys. He said, I got to get rid of it quickly before they get to me. And he just barely got rid of it, but he didn't know exactly, have the timing with Hilliard down to where he was going.
It is 3rd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Got him. Back at the 14, Stephen Conley. Hicks
Well,
and Smith were also right there.
This is what Dunn wanted to confuse a line. There he puts Hicks, number 55, and both guys, Adair and Conley, from the ends came and got it.
So the Gators will settle for a field goal try, and that little scuffle went to the Hogs. From the 21, a 31-yard try is good. At 5:03 to play in the first half, 17-3. And let's spend a moment with John Saunders.
All right, Keith, thanks a lot. Coming up on the Prudential halftime report, I'll be joined by Terry Bowden, the head coach of Auburn. We'll also hear from Gene Stallings, live from Tuscaloosa. We'll look at what amounted to the Southwest Conference Championship game, and we'll be joined by an old friend of yours, Frank Broyles. Back to you.
John, and that much. Oh, down there at the end of one floor below us. Sumptuous studio.
Nice,
wonderful food.
Yeah.
The envy of the world. And he's been out here 15 hours already.
Been here all day, hasn't he?
Yeah. Florida will kick off now, leading by 14 points, 5:03 to go in the first half, and it's Matt Teague putting it on the tee with Johnson and Metters waiting for it. I read that line from Metters in the book and reminded me of that old William Perry line about I was big when I was little.
Yeah.
Funny. Matt takes a pretty good windup, doesn't he? Actually, they were offside a bit, but he hits it to the 4-yard line. And it's J.J. Metters working his way through traffic and out to the 27-yard line. Next Saturday at 1 Eastern, season premiere, ABC's college basketball regional action, Villanova, Purdue, or Florida State and DePaul. Then you'll have Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer in the Diners Club matches. That's all next Saturday here on ABC Sports.
Watch out for Purdue. They're going to be strong this year.
Well, Gene's got some reshaping to do.
He does. He got a little reshaping to do. But
Gene Cady, good coach.
Yes, he is.
27-yard line now. Here comes Arkansas, taking a little bit heart from their defensive stand. The ball is pitched back to Johnson. Turns it upfield and takes it out to the 33-yard line. And here's Lynn Swann.
Keith, I think that was a really big emotional drive for Florida, and a mistake not to have scored more than just a field goal. They haven't closed the door on Arkansas. Right now, that sideline looks a little flat. They don't have the spark. Steve Spurrier is not happy with that offense when they just don't march down the field and score. If they go in at halftime leading by only 14 points, they're going to give Arkansas the feeling they can hang with them, and they haven't closed the door. It'll be tough in the second half, Keith.
Straight ahead goes Marius Johnson, and they deck him about a yard short of his first down.
Arkansas has not proved that they can score on this Gator defense, though, Keith. That's the thing. The strength of Danny Ford's team is his defense, and they've played pretty tough the last 2 possessions, but offensively, they have not done a thing except kick that field goal on their first drive.
Danny Werfel never touched the ground until the second quarter, and they put him down 8 times now.
Yeah, that's right.
Change for the measurement on first down. They have it. Do.
Here's something interesting, Keith. Barry Lunney, quarterback, in 4 years at Arkansas, has 33 touchdown passes. Werfel, in 11 games this year, has 34 touchdown passes in 1 year. So he's had 1 more touchdown pass than Lunney has in Lunney's 4 years, Werfel in 1 year.
Well, Lunney had a different coach every year.
Well, he did. He had different, and he'd been some option in there, but different styles, different systems.
That pass is thrown high and away, incomplete.
The Gator guys on the side there need to watch out what's going on. Lucas is just a true freshman. He's caught more balls as a true freshman at Arkansas than any other freshman wide receiver in the history. He caught 27 and 4 touchdowns coming into the ball game.
Second down and 10. trips at the top of the screen. They run it this way. Ball is pitched back to Johnson. Ben Hanks makes the tackle. Not much on the play, about 3 yards at the most.
This has been something that's been pretty good for Arkansas offensively. There you see Hanks avoiding the block. Don't be knocked down. Now just stay alive to get out and make the play. That's just good defense. Just good defense. He didn't shy away from it. He didn't turn it down. Just went up. He was supposed to be there and was.
That's 9 tackles here in the first half now for Ben Hanks. So he's having the kind of night we thought he might. From the 41, 3rd down and 6. Lunny has a man. It's good for a first down. That'll be Eubanks. When Lunny plants and he has that short zone available, he can really rip it in there.
Got a good arm. He's a pitcher. He's turned down a nice signing bonus 4 years ago to come to Arkansas and play football and baseball. He's got a quick release and a strong arm.
.49-yard line. Look at Johnson. Big catch of daylight. He goes flashing through it. First down at the 35. At the conclusion of today's game, we will select a genuine Chevrolet Most Valuable Player from each team. To date, Chevrolet contributing almost $5.5 million to the scholarship funds of America's colleges and universities.
Rocky Felker, the offensive coordinator, said he wanted to run to the left side, not so much at Hanks, but he wanted to run over there to the left side behind his left blocker.
Johnson going the other way, bounces outside, and dropped the football. Florida recovered it. Right on the 36-yard line, he tried to force it. He bounced outside instead of following his blocking. Anton Lott covered the ball.
Well, that's the problem when your main running back is out of the ball game and your backup is in. Johnson, number 22, is going to dip to the outside. He should have turned it up right here. Bounces out. Now Lott's going to come in, get his helmet on the ball, shakes it loose, and there are 2 turnovers in the game, both by the Gators.
Well, by the Razorbacks.
By the Gators caused 2 turnovers. Takeaways for the defense.
First down from the 36, and Terry Jackson blocks for his quarterback, who throws a pass for Chris Doering, and there's good coverage on this one. It is incomplete.
We talked about the turnovers. Arkansas last year was -8. Their record was 4-7. This year they're +13. They're 5th in the nation. That's one of the big reasons why they came in 8-3. But tonight, it's Arkansas that's given up the ball. Mentioned early on that was one of the stories. They needed to win that battle of the giveaways and takeaways.
2nd and 10. Werfel down the middle. Man is wide open, and the pass is complete to Doering. He's got to be a possession receiver for somebody on Sunday.
He's just too good, Keith. And we've seen some guys in college that have gone on to play on Sundays that very similar style to Doering, and they are a 3rd, 4th, and 5th receiver in the NFL just for that reason. Possession situations.
1:40 to go in the first half. This is Jackson. Big. The whole right side was sealed off. Nobody there for 10 yards and move the chains. First down, Florida.
Take a look from behind the defense. Arkansas is playing for pass. Good block there by Mobley, the fullback. Jackson now has 6 carries, 47 yards.
Elijah Williams back, Werfel throwing. Goes to Doering. Out of bounds at the 29-yard line. Picking away, 1:19 to play in the first half. Leading 17-3. Hogs have 2 turnovers. Timeouts remaining. Florida with 2 and Arkansas with 1. But it's the 2 turnovers that have blunted the Razorbacks. Second down, 3. Here comes Conley. Got by Odom, but not before the ball is thrown, and that's good coverage. Down in the corner by number 4, Marcus Campbell. Pass intended for Doring.
That's good coverage, and what all this blitzing has done, Florida only sent 2 receivers out, and they were both on the left side. They kept, let's see, 7 guys, is that right? 7, 1 is 8, 2 is 9. They kept 8 guys in the block. And
heck of a play by
good
Kim.
play, good defensive play.
This is Jackson behind the wall. No, it is Williams behind the wall, and he turns that corner and moves the chains one more time. Elijah Williams looks pretty healthy to me.
Yeah, I don't think he was hurt as badly as everybody thought last week.
All right, Jackson comes back at the running back position. You've got Ike Hilliard and Riddell Anthony now as the wide people at the top of the screen, and you've got Doring down at the bottom. And Hawk blitz, and Werfel gets it away and misconnection. Anthony turned into the post. Werfel threw the ball to the corner.
It's what happens when the pressure is on. When they're blitzing and you don't have much time to throw, you don't have much time to read. And he thought the receiver was going to go to the corner. He went to the center.
Second down and 10. Habibs, Gene Stallings will be on with John Saunders at halftime from his home apparently, or his in Tuscaloosa. Good man.
He's a good guy.
Had a hard year over there. Never met Gene Jokes. Timeout is called by the Gators with 46 seconds to play in the first half. The house is full, the Georgia Dome in Atlanta. And Arkansas trying to come up, dig out another defensive stand here against the persistent Gators, who lead in the ball game by a score of 17-3. The football is marked at the 21-yard line, where it is second down and 10. 46 seconds with the ball in Florida's hands is a long time. There's Hilliard, Anthony, and Green all at the top of the screen, with Doring down at the bottom, and now Jackson comes over to the right side to join Doring. That's 5 wide receivers. To Doring, and taken down, ball rolling around on the ground, but he is balled down at the 15-yard line. So it is third down and 4. Clock running. Gators have 1 timeout remaining. Coming up on 20 seconds.
Here they come.
Pass is thrown to Doring, too low, couldn't pull it up. It is 4th.
They're getting to Werfel a little bit now. He's missing throws he should be making. He's been knocked down a few times. That's the advantage of blitzing and getting in somebody's face. He's starting to wear down a little bit.
Place kicker Edmiston is into the ball game. Bart, number 14, will kick out of the hold of Matt Teague. He hit a 31-yarder in the second quarter. This is 32, well within his range, but this one slides right, and he missed. And so, old Mo may go to the clubhouse wearing red.
Yeah, this is not usual for Spurrier and the Gators to miss those short ones.
20.
Well, Keith, you know, watching this first half and the way Florida works, one of the great reasons why they're having success is the cornerbacks for Arkansas are playing off and way inside. And when they come off, for instance, in that post corner option, they can drive them hard to the inside, and geometrically, they've got an angle coming to the outside. Every one of those passes that Doring caught to the out, they play inside, back off. All he's got to do is walk out 5 yards, turn to the outside, and he is wide open. Keith?
Geometrically?
All his wide receivers talk money.
I just told him to run to the corner. Swan is giving me that stuff.
First half is over, and been a pretty good one. Florida 17, Arkansas 3, but they close it with a defensive stand. Now here's John Thomas.